Hello, viewers. Here's a guy, the Betong, and you're welcome to this other edition of An Immigrant's Journey in Finland. And today, my guest is going to be um, Shruti Mittal from India. She's been living in Finland for about 3.5 years now. And today, we're going to learn from her experience as an immigrant in Finland. But you guys have always been seeing us like two, hosts today like previously, but today I'm just the only one. We are trying to do something different. Like we have different hosts and different guests. Everyone handle their guests, so we can have really fluent conversation, and everyone can really focus on actually on their guests. So today, as I mentioned, we have Shruti. And what I love so much about her story is just the fact that she's resilient, she's focused, and she's determined to like actually be successful or to get what she wants. And bringing her here to share her experience with us today is to show most of us or immigrants who are in Finland that despite the challenges that we might face in our journey here in Finland, there's always like good things is always going to come in the future or in the end. And Shruti is an example to what immigrants have been facing in Finland and the challenge and the success they have also achieved here in Finland. So I don't want to talk so much. Let me just bring her here for us to hear from her. Shruti, you're welcome to this special edition, season 7 of An Immigrant's Journey in Finland. You're welcome today.
Thank you for having me here. I'm delighted to be the part of this show. And
So,
yeah,
so how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm on cloud nine and really nice. I think it's one of my uh, way of expressing how happy I am here in Finland and how my story can be an example for others who wants to be in Finland and start their journey. So yeah, I hope this is gonna be a helpful for all those who are looking out for Finland, like anything in Finland, settling in Finland, doing business or working, anything. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you are from India. What? Before you even talk about where you come from, let me just allow you to briefly introduce yourself. Like, who are you and where you come from?
Yes. So I'm from India and I'm born and brought up in Delhi. And I did my bachelor's in computer science and did my master's in information technology from Germany. And then I was working for the internet, like IT companies in India. And before I moved to Finland, and basically I followed my spouse here in Finland, and that is the reason that I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, you follow your spouse. Did you really wanted to come to Finland, or it's just the spouse stuff, or maybe you had some plans before?
No, I think Finland was never an option for me to even relocate. So basically, I will be really honest to you. So when I was even looking out for and study options, I wanted to come to Europe. So I explored Germany and maybe Netherlands, but then maybe Netherlands, Switzerland, but Finland was never an option for me. I never thought you will have a sustainable life in Finland.
So, tell us that moment when you realize you are coming to Finland. How was the feeling?
I think when I decided that I'll move to Finland, it was a neutral feeling. But as far as I know and I can remember that I landed here in Tampere. So basically, I live in Tampere. So basically, which is in Finland. So I still remember it was minus 23 or minus 24 outside. And I just wanted to run away from this city. So I am a kind of a person there is something here in Finland that holded me back because otherwise I was very determined to leave Finland as soon as possible.
Okay. When you came to Finland, I mean, what did you notice? So, like, what did you notice most in Finland, like in
Snow.
Tampere?
So basically, if you want my first thing, it was snow.
Okay.
and cold. So basically, I come from Delhi and I have never been in this kind of an extreme weather. And normally, like, I am a very big travel freak who likes to travel. So maybe going to a place which has such low temperatures is just a week's job, or maybe 2 days or 3 days of fun. But imagining your life there is was the hardest part for me, I think, at the start. And then I think, coming to Finland was kind of an onion for me. So first the weather was not very suitable, it was on extremes. Then I uh, slowly and slowly learned about the job market, that getting the job is very difficult here in Finland. And so basically it was a kind of an unwrapping day by day, and every day there was a new layer. And then I was more determined day by day that I have to leave Finland soon.
Okay, now you it's like you are taking us a little bit like further to what we are actually going to talk also about. Kind of like the job environment. The opportunities here in Finland. And I know, as an immigrant, every immigrant, wherever you are, when you go to an environment, there's always this like new stuff, the culture, the environment, everything is different. You have to adapt yourself. So how did you manage to the first week, the first month? What were your thoughts in about Finland, and in terms of when you came into Finland? And I know your husband must have told you some stuff, but what was it to you personally, looking at the environment?
To be very honest, I didn't see any future in Finland for me. So I so though probably going with the statistics and going with the Finland being the happiest country in the world, everything is fine on papers. But personally, when it came to me as an experience, first week, so basically I want to specify my like initial days in Finland were hard. So because it is like, until you know the system, you get into the system, you don't know people out, and also you do not know the information sources at once. So it was hard for me, and not very convincing that it was a right decision to move to Finland in the initial stages of my life. So I can say it was pretty hard.
Okay, now let's move forward to like the support system you had around you. uh was there someone apart from your husband who actually tried to guide you, to like help you out to understand the community or the society?
Yes, I think in that respect, there were a lot of help. So, what I understood by coming to Finland is to seek for that help. So, there have been a lot of programs that are, running in Finland. So, basically, I can share mine. So, my first like the there was a spouse program and integration program that was run by Tampere University, named as Hidden Gems. That was my first basically the start as an integration to Finland. And in the meantime also, I started talking to people, I started going to events. So with Finland, I realized when I started seeking help and when I started accumulating information about various aspects, I think there are a lot of people, they're very helpful, and there is like complete ecosystem to help you. But the thing is, what I realized here in Finland, the first step has to be taken by you.
Oh, okay, okay. I love that.
Yeah,
The first step has to be taken by you.
yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the job market. You came into an environment in your country. I believe you had like over, was it 8 years experience in IT, in like, was it in Germany before coming to
uh,
Finland?
Yeah, so basically, I have been working with, uh, with different nationalities and different client across the world. So I have been working I had been working for some time in Germany and majorly in India, but I've been working with clients across the world. So basically, been working with US clients and Asian clients. So I've been uh, working with like, I can across the world, so basically with the clients. So yeah.
Okay, so coming to Finland, with that experience, how did you approach the job market in the first phase?
To be very honest, it was very difficult. So, the only thing I could hear in the initial days until I started my own exploration was, uh, it's it's I'll not be able to get a job here. So, so basically, it's like I've seen people who've been here for like 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, and even like more than a decade. And a general consistency statement that comes across, like the general statement that is there, like it's difficult to find a job and you might not find a job anywhere, and people have been struggling. So the basically what I did was I did hear every comment. So whosoever had a piece of advice, I always took that advice. But then I started the exploration myself. So probably what I wanted the information about, I wanted to experience. So I was of this opinion, like uh, everybody has their own opinion based on their experience. So I wanted to create my own opinion based on my experience. And at the same time, so I started, like looking out for information that I wanted in the domain I wanted to work. And to be very honest, just to be on the positive side so that I am moving ahead, I thought of, like I'll give my 100% here in Finland. If things doesn't work, I'll move out.
Okay, okay. You were open minded, yeah.
Yeah, so for me is this, like when you've put a lot of years in your studies and you have a lot of work ex at the behind, you really do not want to sit idle and just uh, don't do, because a person who is quite ambitious like me really wants to see her career growing. So if I don't see it anywhere in Finland, so I decided, like I'll move out of Finland. But at first I thought of just give it a try, because if I am here in Finland, I should experience Finland at once.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, I have had this mindset as well that I'm just gonna give my try in Finland. And if say it doesn't work out, I'm gonna leave Finland. And I also like saw myself like, of course, Finland need me. You know, Finland needs me. So if say I show my all in Finland and Finland doesn't appreciate me, then I'm gonna leave Finland. So I had that conversation with myself as well. You know, so I can relate with what you're saying. Now let's go to when was it your breakthrough? When like that? I know you like I've had a conversation with you earlier about like a short conversation about your story in Tampere, and I believe you've like moved from different places, sent different job applications. When was that moment where you finally get your breakthrough?
My first job.
Your first, the when was, yeah, your first job? Like when was, what job was it, and you know how did you manage to get the job?
Okay, so basically, that is the most interesting thing that had happened here with me in Finland. So I'll be open about and I'll be very honest about it, because it might seem to you like a fairy tale, but then I'll go ahead and share, like how I ended up being in Finland and how I got my first job. So the thing is, I think there was a event that was organized. So I was a pretty active kind of a person, as I uh, probably stated before in my conversation, that I thought of like experiencing and understanding how things are. So basically there was an event, and there was a, I think that was also a pilot project by Business Tampere, and they had a poster, CV gallery poster in Tampere Talo. So I went, and then we had a photo shoot, and they, like there was a poster based on my skills that was put on the Mindtrek conference. So there was a winter garden, and there were around 8 companies in the basically in business in Tampere Talo, who were there recruiting. So I went to the 7 basically kiosk, and I didn't find anything interesting to me. And so I was just about to move, but then I saw one kiosk, and it looked interesting to me because it was working with hardware and they were using software. And I just wanted to pick up a keychain from that table. So that keychain brought me to that kiosk, and then when I went there, so I went the R&D manager for that company, and probably we had a very light conversation, like what brought me to Finland and why I'm here, what I am doing. And he told me that we are a small company here in Finlayson. And I had just a very normal 15 or 20 minutes conversation. And I also proposed him, like, if I can help them in any way. So if I can be of help, and if I can just be I'll be happy to help them in any way. So, and I didn't even take that conversation that seriously, and I just came back home. So just like, I met a couple of more people at Mindtrek, and it was a normal conversation. And I remember that just in a week's time, so basically this on this Wednesday, it was a Mindtrek conference, and next Wednesday i get I got a message from the same manager stating that he's still waiting for my resume. And to be honest, that afternoon I received a rejection from a company here in Helsinki, and I was like really very disappointed also, like nothing is working out. But then all my hopes high, I said, okay, let's ride the horse and move ahead. And then they invited me for an interview, and I went, like, probably I don't even remember that even I said like I'll send my resume or something. But as soon as I received the mail, I didn't even know for which job am I sending my resume for. So they called me for an interview on like within 2 days, and they gave me an offer in another 2 days. So within a week, I think I was employed here in Finland.
Wow, wow. That was after how many months or years in Finland? Was it after a year or a month in
No,
Finland?
no, it was a very quick. Basically, it is like within months, within. I think initially I started looking for opportunities, but when I seriously started looking for opportunities, I think within a month or 1 month, 1.5 month, I landed up in a job.
Okay, so do you think you're lucky? Or you because are you lucky, or was it just like based like you mentioned hidden gems and other support system? Was it because you went out there to network and try to create that opportunity for yourself, or maybe you are lucky, just something like that? What do you think?
Uh, if you would have asked me this question, I think 3 years back, I would have said, like, maybe I was lucky. But when I am actually, looking into the process, now I have a lot of friends with whom I talk regularly. I have helped a lot of people to get their jobs here in Finland. So I know it's like not exactly I was lucky, but this is the process in
Okay.
Finland to get a job. So basically, you have to be active, look out for opportunities, just be there and at the right place at the right time, and that might work for you. You never know.
So now let's go to the language and culture. Pukuswami.
Mina puhun vahan somea.
Okay, we're not gonna go there anyway. Well,
No, no. I Even if you go there, I think I and I can also tell you this, I started my Finnish language school at Unenkeli, and it was just the 1 month of my school that I got this job. So 1 month of my Finnish that I learned at Unenkeli is the Finnish that I know. So
okay. Okay, we don't have to speak Finnish here because most of my viewers are English. But maybe we'll have a Swedish session some other time. But was the
so
language a
then
challenge?
yeah, so
Sorry?
then I'm sorry, but then you should have a different guest, because I am not a person who understands Finnish, and I cannot speak anyway.
Okay, okay. But of course, that was just an aside. You know,
Mhm.
you came to to Finland within months. You got a job without any language experience. Why? What
No,
do you think happened? Is it was it that the job doesn't require like I see most people like of course most jobs in Finland require the language experience. Why didn't you why didn't your job require language like require you to understand the Finnish language or speak the Finnish language?
to be very honest, I think I was employed in a company, which was a very small company here in Finland, though it
The
is a
language
Swedish
wasn't like
company.
kind of like a criteria for you to get a job there.
No, I want to mention one thing very important, that all the people in the company were Finnish, or they were fluent in Finnish. I was the only person who was not fluent with Finnish, or even I don't know Finnish. I was the only person in English, but then also I got that job. So basically, at the end of the day, what I understood in Finland, like most people know English. So even if you think like, Finnish can be a bar for you, then go ahead and apply. Maybe your right skills will get you a job.
Yeah,
So
but honestly, there were when I was looking for jobs in Finland, when I see jobs that like that I have Finnish language as like one of the criteria to get the job, I don't apply for that job. So are you saying like it doesn't matter? I should just apply, and what should I do if say someone is out there like me, like before I think of this, maybe someone is having the same thought. What do you say to that person?
I'll say go ahead and apply. So basically, if you are having five rejection, there will be a sixth rejection. But you never know that even if you are thinking and applying, and the sixth application might convert into a job opportunity. And the second thing, what I have understood with years is like in Finland, everybody knows English. So even if the culture in the company is Finnish and they speak in Finnish, there are a lot of companies uh, that work internationally and their working language is in English, or in a due course of time they are like, planning to go international. So you can be a right fit, so never restrain. So even if, to be very honest, if you see a ad in English and you see like, you need Finnish, go ahead and apply.
Okay, okay, yeah, I got that. Now, you haven't been in Finland for about 3.5 years. You are now one of the ambassadors of Tampere. I mean, the talent ambassador of Tampere. You are there for talent attraction and retention. So what made you to be part of the talent ambassador program in the first place?
I think probably the most important thing is like, I, as a person, I've seen a lot of challenges, and as an immigrant, like, uh, to like probably find a job, and then I still want to retain myself here in Finland. So maybe like, I think I am always there, like if I can share my experiences out with people, and if it can be of help with for anyone. And so it's kind of, I think, giving back time from my side to Tampere. So maybe that would be one of the reason that also motivated me to like, uh, be a like apply for being a talent ambassador, and then I was selected for the same.
Okay, okay. You spend most of your time, yeah, like your life, most of your life in India, and now you came to Finland for love, because of your spouse, and you have seen like differences in terms of like the culture, like you cannot compare with that of India. So what is it that you have seen in Finland that you have seen you saw in India that you haven't seen in Finland that you want to bring to Finland? Like, what do you want to bring to that you think if say you have this in Finland, it will make things more easier for you to live, maybe more happier, or maybe not to make you think more about India, like want to go back to India.
I think it's more about a social connect. So in
Okay.
Finland, what I think is like, people don't interact, but it's not something like, I really don't respect them for their honesty and their loyalty. I have learned a lot from Finns, and uh, they are like probably uh, like really kind and really humble people, and I had really good experiences with them. So but then sometimes, when you are in a society and you always look out for social interactions. So if uh, in India, people like us are like very closely knit societies, we talk and we have kind of little bit on more like more social interaction. So if that comes here in Finland, I think life is gonna be much more fun and frolic.
Okay, so let's say someone is in Germany or maybe wherever they are. I saw some people watching here. I want to get some comments there. Someone is from, I don't know, from LinkedIn. They mentioned something that I think we're going to talk about a little bit about it. But let's say someone is watching right now from another country and they want to come to Finland. What five challenges can you like? What are the five things can you say to them that might be a challenge to them to prepare their mindset before coming to Finland? And how do you think they can manage those challenges while they are here in Finland?
Okay, so basically, if you want me to name five challenges and the
Yeah,
solution out there,
yeah.
so first thing is uh, listen to everybody's experiences and don't be scared. Have your own opinion. So basically, if your heart says, and if you feel like uh, Finland can be a very good option for you in your work life or in a business side or anything, then probably listen to your heart, give it a try. I think it might change your life forever. So even to be very honest, there are opinions like everybody says there's, see, every job market is difficult to crack. Wherever you want to find work, it's always difficult. So nobody is paying you for free
Okay.
wherever you are. So do listen to everybody, but don't believe in everybody. So everybody have their own experiences. I'll always suggest you that you come here and make your own opinion and experiences. Second thing, people get very scared about the weather and the harsh conditions that are there in Finland. There are, but I think they can be overcome, and the system here is always there to help you. So it might look out like it's minus 28 degrees outside, but it is equally comfortable sitting back at home and working, and nothing stops even at minus 32 and minus 36
Yeah.
also feels like. So life is comfortable here, so it's not something like you are scared of those low temperatures. Then the third thing is it's a very basically free country. So basically it's just like you have a lot of freedom to explore your ideas, and nothing is like too monotonous or streamlined. So even if you are a person who wants to study here and you are interested in like chemistry, and then you want to learn along with it economics, you Finland is one of the country which is gonna give you choices to do whatever you want in your life and whatever you want to study. The fourth thing is uh, it might be a cultural shock. There are a lot of uh, things regarding the job process. It would be hard, uh, stuff like that. But then there is a process. If you once understand the same, I think life is gonna be easy and it will be not that difficult at all. And fifth thing I want to mention about the immigration services. Then the thing is like regarding the immigration, it is something whenever you think like you have a doubt, there might is an application problem, or you have some questions, just feel free to write an information email or call the immigration services, and they're always happy to help you or maybe give you the right information. So I'll say don't try to uh, judge Finland based on other people experiences. Try to create yours.
Wow, wow. I love that. Guys, you say you are joining us now. I'm with Shruti Mita from India, where she lives in Tampere, Finland. And so far, she has been sharing her experience as an immigrant in Finland. This program is just all about sharing experiences as an immigrant in Finland so that we can learn for those who want to come to Finland or those who are living in Finland. We can all learn from each other. So let me go to see what the viewers are saying here. Thanks. Natalia says hello, Stanley. Hello, Natalia. We have Saliane Agbomanis. Hello from is it Calgary, Alberta in
Yeah.
Canada. Natalia is asking, do you make recording? Yeah, Natalia. Also, Salia Agbo is also asking, how is the childcare business there in Finland? I don't know if Shruti can answer that question. She's asking again, I would like you to know also that I am a childcare teacher and would like to come there and open a childcare center. Wow, that's awesome. Actually, you are talking to a talent ambassador, so I think maybe afterwards you can reach out to her on LinkedIn. Maybe she can look for someone to help you with that. But for now, I don't know. I don't know if she has something to say with regard to that. Um, I move forward to say, she moved forward to say, any tips for me, please? Wow, she's asking tips, and she also left her number. You see, we have some tips for her. Ine, you're welcome. Hi, host. Hi, Ine. Cynthia, I can see you. Also, Ine. Guys, thanks so much for the comment. If you have some questions for Shruti, you can ask other questions. But let's just go to what Saliago says. Do you have any idea about? I don't know about childcare. Nothing. You like nothing. So I don't know if you know
Okay,
about that.
so I think, yeah, I also have not much like to say here, but then I know about this. Finland is very particular about the children and the school education, and their everything lies on the OECD one. So I know about the Finnish education system, and regarding the child care and stuff, I think that's the most difficult uh, part to be like, one of the most difficult jobs here in Finland, because they have a very special pedagogy how they treat children and stuff. But yes, I think initially when you start your Finnish language school, and then normally you do your internships at Paivakoti, and then you can do your kind of some certifications and start, once you learn that pedagogy, I think you can have a starting point in the same career as well.
Okay. All I can say is that it's a process, but it's possible. So, Salih Agbo, you say you want to come to Finland, Tampere, whatever city you want to come to establish your childcare center. Of course, it's possible. You just have to go through the process, to get the license, to enable you to be like to have something like that. And Natalia Gomova says she can help, with advice in educational affairs. So, with educational related matters, you can reach out to Natalia. That's check her out on Facebook. That's Natalia Gomova. Also on LinkedIn, the same. And Sally says, "Thank you so much. Mucho. Is that Spanish? Yeah. But Shruti, it was awesome to have you here today. We have come to an end of this this program. I don't know if you have some last words that you want to say to the viewers. Especially maybe those who are maybe struggling challenges here with maybe with job, or maybe they are trying to get their feet hold here in Finland, and they are really facing challenges, maybe culture, language. What can you say to them right now to give them hope of a better tomorrow?
So basically, I can share like probably my experience. So the thing is, every hurdle and obstacle that you face being in Finland, take it as an opportunity. Don't stop. And it is next, always take every hurdle. It might be a culture, it might be a job problem, related to job, maybe skill set, maybe language. Just take this as a basically a stepping stone. Don't stop yourself. Just extend your hand, like, if you really need help. And you'll be surprised to see that how uh, rigorously, or maybe how multiple doors start opening for you. But the only important thing is, like, the first step has to be taken by you. And just seek out for help. Just don't, like, keep on thinking and just analyzing on to you. Just reach out to people, because Finland is trying. It's like, they are running so many programs. It is just like, you do not know about them, or you are not reaching the right people who will be helping you in the phase. So I think, don't get disheartened by any roadblocker that you come across, and try to just take it as a stepping stone and move ahead. I think I'm 100% sure, like, uh, giving it may be a matter of just a month or two, and things will be running smoothly on track.
Okay. Thanks so much for that quick advice, guys. You have been awesome so far, with this program, and I just want you guys to understand that we live in Finland. Tampere is my base. We can help you in Tampere really well. The Tampere ecosystem is good. I mean, everything is almost close with each other, and the services here are really simple. The people here are simple, and if you want to ever maybe come to Finland, Tampere, you are welcome to reach out to us. You can reach out. I just include the link of Shruti. That, let me just highlight it here. you can reach out to her on LinkedIn. That's her link there. You can reach out to her on LinkedIn. She can ask her some questions regarding you moving to Tampere or to Finland, if she's depending on what city you wanna go to, or we can always look for a way out. But the end point is, I think there are possibilities to help you whenever you want to come to Finland, or maybe you are in Finland, Tampere, for that matter, and you really need help to like navigate the different infos, get information about certain things. You can also reach out to the talent ambassadors, or maybe other areas like Tribe. You can get also information from the ecosystem. Also, we have the hidden gems for spouse. What Shruti mentioned, you can get help from them as well. So all the spouse, the couples who are in Finland, or those of you who want to come to Finland, the hidden gem is there to guide you, to help you, as they did with Shruti. So guys, you are all awesome, and hopefully we see you in the next edition, the 8th edition of An Immigrant's Journey in Finland. So thank you, Shruti, for being part of the show. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Have you been wondering how to take your business to another level? Well, worry no more. I am here to tell you about an online shopping center, Everyone's Choice. Everyone's Choice is a platform where businessmen and women come to advertise their products. On this platform, you can buy, sell your products. On this platform, we have products of all varieties. So do not forget to visit our website. Do not forget to visit our Facebook page, and you will not regret. On Online Shopping Center, shopping makes easy.
Run away so fast, run away, you can't even look back. You carved out your name in my arms. Run away so fast, run away, you can't even take back. You carved out your name.
At this time of unprecedented worry and anxiety, driven by a single virus, baffling the brightest minds in science, there are lessons that we can take from this global pandemic. We are all equal, regardless of our culture, religion, occupation, financial situation, or social status. It is reminding us that we're all connected, and something that affects one person affects another. It is also reminding us just how important family and home are, how providing for those we love is of critical importance, especially in times of crisis, and how difficult or even impossible that can become under certain circumstances. The world we know is going to change. There's no escaping that fact. One thing still in your control: what you do with your time. There's a tiny percentage of people globally that are completely free of debt, not beholden to anyone. And as incredible as that may sound, anyone can accomplish a similar degree of this success. With proper guidance, you can attain the same freedom and the same peace of mind to enjoy family and friends